Back in 2021, when I was serving as mayor, Senator Tammy Duckworth came to Evanston Township High School to talk about workforce development. We all knew there were challenges in healthcare. Everyone could feel it. But then Doug Silverstein from Endeavor raised his hand and said it out loud. We have 1,800 jobs available right now. Hearing that number in that room with all those people who could actually do something about it, that was the spark we needed. And in that moment, leaders from across our city stopped just talking and started raising their hand to help. That hand-raising moment, that's what set this whole thing in motion. What grew out of that is the Aspire program, a healthcare career pipeline that takes students from high school all the way through college credentials and into permanent jobs at our local hospitals. Each partner brought something essential to the table. The high school brought the students in the training space. Oakton brought the college credentials. Northwestern and Endeavor brought the jobs and apprenticeships. And the Kless and Finnegan families removed every financial barrier. Today, students are moving into high-impact careers as cardiac, surgical, and radiology technicians. And that's why all of these organizations are receiving the Catalyst Award, because they each chose to be the catalyst for their part. When a whole community steps up like that, when everyone decides to catalyze change together, that's when the magic happens.
The currency that we trade in is trust. And you can't really cultivate trust unless you listen to people, that you listen intently, that you're not trying to pass some agenda, that you really are truly, sincerely trying to help someone. Magic happens, man. It does. I mean, when you bring people together, something about just like our energy, our spirits, when you put people in a room, just it's so different than folks behind a computer screen. You just don't get it. You know, it's so different.
It was really interesting, but also exciting because I think workforce development needs to happen at all levels. And, you know, I've represented parts of Illinois in the past when I was a congresswoman that had a real workforce shortage when it came to technicals and the skilled trades. So it's great to see some place like Evanston in launching this initiative. This is really personal for me for several reasons. One, I represented a congressional district that desperately needs folks in the skilled trades. The average age of a machinist in this country is well over 50 years old. I also saw what great jobs there were available and also the real shortage, which makes America's industry less competitive. But also in a personal way, you know, my brother and I grew up together, but we're two very different people. I went and succeeded in the college route, and he tried college back when, you know, we thought that everybody had to go to college, and he ended up not doing well. And it wasn't until he joined the Coast Guard that he really flourished. And he's a very technical person. He's a very hands-on person. And now he's thriving, making prosthetics for people with limb loss. And so I just wish these programs had been there for him when he was in high school.
A community member came to us and said, hey, I got this connection to Senator Duckworth. She'd like to come in. And I was like, that's awesome. And then the second part of that was she wants to talk about workforce development. Wow.
And she decided to come here to Evanston because she saw something special. And senators have this amazing ability and power to galvanize people. So when she walks in a room, right, she immediately commands authority, but she used it in such a positive and powerful way. And I'm telling you, without her, she is the linchpin for why this program even was established and why it's worked so well. Because she rolled up her sleeves, which she knows how to do. She came in and she really made a difference.
Doug Silverstein from Endeavor Hospital, second largest employer in the city, says, well, you know, we have 1,800 jobs available right now. What? Mic drop moment.
Well, I saw opportunities. I saw people gaining wealth for themselves and their family well into the future. You know, if you can go in and get a job that is a good paying job, then that's a career for your life. And that's a way to make America's middle class stronger, a way to help people lead the productive lives they want to lead and grow the families and buy a home. And, you know, it's the American dream.
Here's the thing that happened in the room. It was, we're not gonna talk about this like it's the weather, we're gonna act. We're gonna decide that this gap that the community is facing is not somebody else's problem, but it's our problem. And people leapt into action. And that's been beautiful to see. been focused on traditional 4-year college as the next step for our youth. That's the right step for some, and it's not the right for everybody.
Evanston Township High School, for most of my tenure, has been about one thing, and that was about really academic excellence for all. And that was defined very narrowly, right? As college for all. High test scores, great grades, great offerings, academic offerings. I can talk about that back then for hours, right? This wasn't that.
I look at my own kids. My kids are 15 and 17, and they're both engaged and passionate, but they're really different. One is super academic. One is super hands-on. One is most motivated and energized by a book, by a technical article, by an idea. One is most energized by tinkering, by fiddling, by understanding through doing. And we are failing unless we have a system where all of the different youth in our community with the different learning styles and passions and interests and trajectories thrive and have a place that nurtures them. And I think, to be honest, by that measure, 5 years ago, we were failing. And I can now see a path where we're not going to be anymore. And that is exciting.
And so I listened, and we had been in conversations with North Shore University Health System at the time it was called, about other needs that they had, but it was really a moment when it was clear that there was more that we could do.
I'm an immensely proud graduate of Evanston High School. And that place served me, much like this community served me. And thinking about the opportunity to give back to this community and the partnership with Endeavor and the partnership with Oakton, those just felt wonderful to me.
So the high school stepped up in partnership with Oakton to create an early college program for basic nurse assistant training, which is that first step on a pathway to a health career credential.
Thankfully, the Kless Family Foundation stepped up and helped us build and finance a state-of-the-art health science center. Everything you would have at a college, a nursing school, to train folks. We have that. We just recently graduated our first cohort of kids. Graduated about 24 of them with the BNet certification.
Senator Duckworth stepped up to provide $800,000 in congressionally earmarked funding to support Oakton and Endeavor Health in creating our Health Career Education Center here in Evanston. Obviously, Endeavor Health really stepped up in building a partnership with Oakton to create this new space and have 3 new programs that really needs of the hospital, but also create incredible opportunities for individuals in our community looking for careers that pay family-sustaining wages and benefits.
So at its core, the program, the partnership with Oakton College, was to offer on the Evanston Hospital campus 3 high-demand training programs. One was cardiac sonographers, another was surgical techs, and the third was radiology techs. I'm excited about the students. In a year and a half, they're going to be graduating from a program with hard-to-find skills that will put them in a place to have a career for a long time.
Northwestern Medicine stepped up to provide an apprenticeship for individuals who've completed that first step of the CNA in an Earn and Learn program where over the course of a year they can work and continue to study and at the end of the year get a medical assistant training degree. And so all of the people in that room listened and worked together.
It's enormous, yeah. I mean, the shortages are acute, they're chronic. We feel them every day. What I realized one day is that I could be the best doctor in the world, but I can't really do my job and take care of patients if I don't have the rest of the team there, right? As a cardiologist, I need an ultrasound of your heart to know what's going on. But if I don't have the person there to do it, then the patient has to wait 6 months to get it done, and that's just not right. Everyone in healthcare is feeling this shortage. You know, if you think about it, a catalyst is something in a reaction that can say, all right, look, we've got all the pieces here, but let's get this thing cooking. That's what a catalyst is, right? And so I think that's kind of what we were able to do was to, I mean, ETHS was there, Oakton was there, Endeavor was there, Northwestern was there, but we needed to come together and make things happen, right? And so I think that's what this really was.
We're certainly grateful for the support of the Finnegan Family Foundation in particular for helping to support the Aspire program. Through Aspire, we have been able to provide scholarships for students who are interested in health career programs. So that philanthropic support has been critical.
I would say that the primary purpose of this partnership is to help people that are in need, our most vulnerable population. Unfortunately, too often, the folks that fall into this category of people look like me.
When they all lean in together to collaborate, they can build something that is genuinely world class. That's what's happening now, and I just feel so grateful for that.
It was really important to me as somebody who has received a lot of healthcare in my life and relied on the healthcare system. I know how important a skilled workforce when it comes to healthcare really is. And so I was so pleased that we were able to make that happen. We have a shortage of clinicians. We have a shortage of healthcare staff in this country, and it's only going to get worse. And so I also am really hopeful that we're going to help to start to fill that gap. You know, what stands out to me is that those students are going to move on and they're going to grow and they're going to flourish. It's also going to mean that those hospitals will be able to stay in our communities and serve the community. So this is really a win-win-win for everybody. I was so pleased to be a little part of it. Don't be stuck on one track of what the future of a young person is. For some people, it's a 4-year traditional college right after graduation from high school. For others, it might be going into the military and then coming back and going on off to college. And for others, it might be the trades. It might be growing a career and a successful life based on being in the skilled trades or some other technical area. We need all of the above.
We took a risk. I think everybody took a risk in this. And, if you don't take a risk, you can't be a catalyst. So we did that, and we're better for it.
You can't fake this. You could try. You could probably do it better behind a computer screen because you probably have a script next to you. But when you're in person, it's just you and me. We got our ties off. We're looking at each other. You can tell if someone is the real deal for the most part, and whether or not you're trying to do good work. So magic happens when you bring people together. You know this. Magic happens.